Perfect. So again, I'm here, part of GroupLink. Most of you have probably heard of us, seen us before. Um, those of you that are our customers and on here, we do appreciate you and all that you do. Let's get this moving and hopefully show you something new that you haven't seen today. I wanted to point out of a promotion we have going on for this quarter. For those of you looking at purchasing, getting a new help desk system with some key integration, for every 3 technician licenses purchased by the end of the month, you can receive an iPad 2. I haven't heard what next quarter's promotion is going to be, but we always try and have something to help you and reward you for coming to these webinars, and we do appreciate you and your support. Again, I'm Shay Miller. This is me as a kid, and this is what I look like now. So now that you've seen me throughout my life, let's get this going and continue on. First, I want to talk a little bit about benefits of a service desk and how that works. A service desk helps streamline, organize, track, report on the human side of IT services and requests. We've heard a lot about other systems and products already during the 2 previous webinars of different products that track the IT and technology side of the business, I guess the infrastructure there. Again, this help desk is service desk tracking the human side, those people, those technicians, our users reporting problems, tracking those problems, auto-escalation of those problems, everything like that. And the help desk can help streamline, provide you with better turnaround, everything in between. More importantly, it provides with management with key performance indicators, all the reporting aspects of it to help with training, performance, to see efficiencies, deficiencies, to make sure you hit your service level agreements, to track and monitor or even create those service level agreements. The help desk can and will help you with all of that information. Now, some things that do set us apart, we are 100% web-based, so anything that can get you to the internet can get you to the help desk, whether that's a computer, laptop, tablets, phones, even iPods, Wi-Fi, anything like that. Again, anything that can get you online can get you to the help desk. We can run with a lot of different browsers, so really the choices are endless there for you, no matter what environment you are in. Most importantly, it's an easy-to-use ticket submission form. Now, I'll show you how easy it is. Understand that it is completely customizable by you. You can relate it to your organization and everything in between. So I guess that's one of the hard things to show because I already have a template, default template in here, but understand that the customization is there to better relate to your organizations. Another differentiator is our world-class customer service. We do provide free training, consultation for our customers here. It's more than just a software package, it's a complete solution, and our customers do respond to that. We've had over 90% customer retention rate for a number of years now, which I think is a quite important number to realize considering the economic crisis and other things that have happened. So we are proud of that and continuing to increase that as we go. Like I mentioned earlier, cross-platform service desk, we've noticed that it is a luxury if you can be all one environment. Oftentimes it is a mixed environment for you. We can help and meet those needs as well for really any type of environment, even mixed, and can help with that. We do provide the essential integration that you will need, scheduling tasks, appointments, through the group-wise calendar integration. More importantly, the email notifications getting pushed out through your email client. Really, any SMTP email systems will work, whether it's group-wise exchange, Gmail, Yahoo, anything like that, they can work. We do integrate with ZenWorks, so if you have any of that information as part of that package, we can tie in with that, lock in those tickets, and tie them with specific assets. We also have an internal asset tracker if you do not have an asset piece to help you monitor, track those problems, but as well as those troublesome assets, relating them to the different issues. You can run reports off of your most troublesome issue, that type of thing. Also have the integration with your eDirectory, Active Directory, anything like that for your database. You don't need a separate one or individual one. We will sync up with that and pull that information into our system. Help you automate your business process. I mentioned this earlier with some of your service level agreements. We have a few different tools to help you with that, specifically ticket templates. There's 3 different ways ticket templates can be used: scheduled tasks, routine tasks, as well as your workflow business processes. So if you have a new hire, retiree process, you can create a template and be able to track, monitor, and automate that process so that you can be more efficient and better utilize your time throughout that process, really with multiple departments as well. I mentioned reporting a few different times. I'll show you this a little bit later on, but we can pull any of the information out that's included within the ticket. Just a few quotes here from some of our customers. This is from Spearfish School District. Ticket submission form is simple to use and so easy to manage. We can make adjustments to the form on the fly. End users are updated on their requests as we work on them via email with the click of a button. They can also log into their own help desk page to see their updates if they like. That's from Robert Daxowitz. I like saying his last name, so I'm sorry. Another one here for us. Everything Help Desk has changed our technology department from the bad guys to the guys the end users love to see coming. And we have seen that from a lot of different organizations that we have helped. Again, we want to help make you as IT people the heroes in your organization so that people will, not saying they don't like you, but they can better see your work, your time constraints, and everything in between, and the help desk most certainly can and will help you with that. Just the last one here, going from a client install of our previous help desk software to Everything Help Desk, a web-based application, was like going from a horse and buggy to a fully loaded race car. Crystal Pal. And I love that visual imagery that it does give you as well. So let's jump into the demonstration here so you can see more of the system and how it works. Let me bring this over real quick so you can see this. I'm going to log out here and start on this page. I had mentioned earlier some of the integration aspects here. This is our general login page, as you can see. This is going to be tied in with your directory. So for the username and password, it's going to be the same username and password that your users are using currently to log into their email, that type of thing. So it's no need for an additional password, anything like that. It's going to be the same password that they have before. Try and allow things to be simple and easy for you and your organization. Now I want to point out there's 3 different tiers to the ticketing system, and I'll touch on that briefly right now. There's an end user tier, a technician and manager tier, and then obviously the admin has its own kind of individual rights and securities. Now with every one of these tiers, there's greater abilities and privileges granted to them. For example, when an end user logs into the system, I'll actually do that here real quick, they're only able to see the tickets that they have submitted themselves. Now, there's a few different avenues that we have to input tickets. The one I'm going to focus on is using, again, the online portal here. When a user comes in, you'll notice I'm logged in now as Jackie Espresso up here. All that a user would have to do is come in here, create a new ticket, submit this form, and it's going to be automatically routed to the appropriate person in your organization. So again, that's going to be what the user is doing or has to do. The other avenues, just to point them out for you, if you have more of a phone call type setup, if you have a secretary that answers the phones, they can log the tickets for those people. But again, the user will be able to see those because we will mark them as the contact of the ticket, the person having the problem. The third and last way to submit tickets is going to be via an email. The system has a functionality called Email the Ticket, and what that does is we'll monitor a specific inbox or a folder inside of a shared folder, whatever it is. When an email comes in, it'll automatically take that email and convert it to a help desk ticket. So if you have that set up, obviously they will still be able to log in if they choose, the users, see that ticket, those problems, everything that is tied in with their name they can see, and that will be all that they can see. Today I'm going to focus mostly on the online portal. I just wanted you all to know that we are not restricted by the online portal, anything like that. We still have other avenues to get tickets in, and just, I guess, be aware I'm only going to be focusing on the online portal here. You'll notice here as a user, and everyone will have these two tabs, an Owned by Me tab as well as a My Closed Tickets tab. Now, My Closed Tickets I think is pretty self-explanatory. It's everything that Jackie has submitted that she's having a problem with that is currently closed. The Owned by Me is simply the opposite. It's everything that Jackie has submitted but is currently open at this time. So it looks like Jackie has 7 open issues and incidences that are here that need to be worked on. So as a user, I can come in and look at all of my past requests. Open up this ticket. It looks like it was a maintenance request here because the men's restroom didn't have any toilet paper, right? Please restock. Obviously, probably an important request to the user, but obviously something we do need to take care of. So if this isn't taken care of, hopefully instantly the user could come in here, update this ticket saying, hey, there's still no toilet paper. Oh, now actually the second floor doesn't have any toilet paper. You get the idea. The idea is we're keeping the users informed, providing them with an easy ability to log in, see the request, add an additional comment, everything in between. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and create a ticket here just so you can see how simple this is. Now, the first thing they're going to have to choose is this location. And choose that I'm at the headquarters here. Now for group, this is going to be the type of request that is coming in. Now understand that, again, this is completely customizable by you. We're not limited by wording for any of these fields. This is something that you would populate and expand on your own. So again, part of that customization tool that we have for you to help. So I'm going to say it's an IT request here. Now with the ticket, understand that there's a hierarchical flow to filling out the ticket. Now, that's a big word, and it's hard for me to say in a training like this. But what it means is that what I select above affects what appears below. Let me show you what I mean. You'll notice now I've selected IT request here. So now for my category, all I have is IT type of issues that I've populated in here. So now when I select software for my category option, now we're only looking at software issues. Again, everything underneath software that is relevant to us and our organization here. If I came up here and changed this to hardware, now my category option is populated to only the type of hardware that I have here. If I came up here and changed it to maintenance, now everything down below changes to specific maintenance issues, as you can see here. Now electrical, now we're looking at only electrical problems here. So again, for the user, simply they would come in here and fill out this ticket based off of the type of problem that they are having. I feel, and from feedback I've heard from customers, this is a simple enough form that users can get it. You really don't even need any specific training. I feel like the flow of the ticket can help with that, but we do have some training materials with that if you feel like that would help you in your organization. So here, Jackie is having a problem with her Word documents. You'll notice for assignment here, this is going to be the auto routing tool. Now as a user, I can't choose assignment. One of the greater abilities of a technician or manager, they can select maybe a more appropriate person than having it go to a general ticket pool. They can know that Bill is going to be the technician to help with that, or Susie because she's our software guru, whatever it is. We can have this automatically assigned to a specific person or the ticket pool based off of any of the criteria above. So I'm going to come in here and say, I can't open Word to fill out my review report, right? Whatever it is. I'm going to save these changes, and now you'll notice down here, save successful. I've zoomed in a little bit, so I know this is kind of blown up here. I know it's just because of the resolution on this monitor and yours, but understand that, again, save successful, as you can see here. Now this ticket is being submitted. Now there's a few things that's going to happen during this time here that I'm just going to talk through so you can understand. This ticket is being assigned to the ticket pool. So what happens is the help desk system will send out that email notification to everyone that you've set apart to be notified as part of the ticket pool. So you can specify maybe a certain individual. Maybe you have a group of 3 people that monitor the ticket pool. Maybe it's everyone as part of your IT. You want everyone to be notified. We can set that up on the back end to notify whoever we would like as part of this IT group ticket pool and send it that way. But again, the email notification is being sent out. If it was assigned to a specific person, maybe Bill, that email notification would be sent to him to notify him, hey, there's a ticket here you need to work on. If he replies to that ticket, or excuse me, if he replies to that email saying, hey, Jackie, I need more information or anything like that, the first thing it's going to do is automatically update the ticket as well as send out that email notification directly back to Jackie and with that question that Bill has submitted. So even though these responses are being via email, it will still constantly update the ticket to track any and all of this information down here below. And I'll show you that here in a second. But again, that's how simple it is to submit a ticket from a user standpoint. I'm going to go ahead and log in now as a manager for us. So you can see, now the first thing you'll probably notice is that I have a few additional tabs here, as you can see. Everyone, like I said, by default has the Owned by Me and the My Closed Tickets tabs. Again, now I'm logged in under Bill Johnson. So these tabs are showing the tickets that Bill has created, the one that he is having a problem about. These other 2 tabs are his group tabs showing all of the group tickets that need to be worked on. You'll notice here there's 46 tickets here as part of the IT request group that need to be worked on. Now the first one, as you can see here, is the one Jackie submitted. So again, Bill's going to get that email notification. All he's going to have to do is log in. He can view any of the tickets and see where they're at and be able to work on them. So Bill, when he gets this notification, he's going to come in here and pull open the ticket. You can see he has all the information in here as well. I want to point out now something that's advanced for the technician and manager. Again, these tiers give them greater access. Obviously, the technicians and managers, they can view tickets that are assigned to them. A manager can view all group tickets, create ticket templates, that type of thing. So there are additional roles and rights built into the system, and you can define those rights as well on your end. The one thing I wanted to point out is over here, the priority, status, estimated completion date. We don't allow the users to see or view this information, hopefully for some obvious reasons. Priority by default is probably going to be high, maybe critical. Estimated completion date is probably going to be yesterday, right? I mean, that's just the way users work. They want it done now, and they think it's the most important thing that you have to work on, even though it's a simple word issue, right? So just thought I'd point that out. Now, Bill, when he comes in here to work on this ticket, all he's going to have to do, if he needs more information, he can add a comment. He can change the statuses. Again, this is customizable by you and your organization. I know I've said that a lot, but I think it's something worth repeating. We've given you the tools to do that. So maybe this is something that is now we can put to resolved. Maybe it was a server was down, something like that. So now we can set it to resolved. You'll notice it is saved successfully. We don't need to work on that anymore. If I came in here to add a comment, let me actually add pop-ups. My apologies. So if I come up here to add a comment, sorry, let me just do this again. You'll notice this pop-up box now appears to help send out that email notification. So now I can say, please provide me with the error message. Sorry, I can't talk and type. I know it's really hard for me. Send out that notification to the user, who is Jackie. Again, it's going to send out that email notification with that. So now with any ticket update that happens, the user will be notified. So again, once I close out this ticket, it's asking me for this information. Now, this is part of our best practices, would say that any update that happens, any changes that have made, we need to document and, I guess, update the ticket with those changes. Part of the reason is to keep our users in the loop. This is why, again, the feedback that I get from customers, this is why users love the help desk as well as the IT department, is because they understand what's going on with the problem, where it's at in the resolution process, and how long it's going to take. Simple enough with pushing out these notifications can cause that to happen. So again, now it's resolved. So I'm saying reinstalled the new version of Word, right? Whatever it is. I'm going to save that. So now once a ticket is closed, you'll notice there's a new icon that appears. I want to show you this just briefly. Convert to KB article. We have a lot of other tools built into the help desk. One is a knowledge-based management tool. And what we've done is allowed you easy access to automatically convert closed tickets once they are resolved to a knowledge-based article. You'll notice it's pulling up the default subject here, as well as the description of the problem, as well as any of the updates that have happened. Now, this is my short demo ticket that I did with a word problem. Maybe not the best example here, but I hope you can see if it was a lengthy issue, or maybe it was something that happens every day, but you're updating the user with those notifications, then all we have to do is convert to a knowledge-based article. Everything we've already updated the ticket with will already be here, so we can simple enough to make any changes that we need to. We can make it public or private, and then save, and it will automatically create this knowledge-based article. Another tool that we have built in here that's actually new to this version is this search box up here. Now, we had this search before. This is a simple enhancement to the help desk. Is we call it a quick search box. What this is doing is searching all of the tickets that are here. Again, now I have 45 tickets in here. Let's say I want to come in here and look at the printer issues. You'll notice now there's 2 printer issues. There's a few different things that this will search on here. There's a lot of different things, I should say. We can search off of location, contact, name, the group, or subject, no, anything like this, for example, with printer. Now, this is a Google-like search, so it will pull up those tickets that meet this criteria, or I guess that are most relevant to my search. So again, I typed in printer, right? Now it's pulling up these 2 tickets that meet this criteria. So now I can open up this ticket, see that there is a printer issue that Sarah has submitted that's assigned to James that needs to be worked on. So that's going to be one way for this to work. Let me just show you another example. If I come in here for computer, right, it's going to, again, pull up the most relevant information in here. If I typed in, for example, number 4, it's going to pull open a few things. It's going to pull open the ticket number still, as well as anything that meets the criteria with 4. Sometimes it's an error message 404. Sometimes it's simple enough as saying the steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we knew we had given somebody that information. We couldn't remember where the ticket was. We can do a quick search, find that ticket, update it if we need to, that type of thing. The other way that we can help filter out by some of these tickets is by our actual ticket filters. We have a lot of different Boolean operators here to help you with that. And understand that anything that's included within the ticket can be searched on or pulled out. Let me show you what I mean here. Let's say I want to look at all the tickets that are assigned to Bill to work on, right? You'll notice my assigned to box right here. So I'm going to specify I want to look at all of Bill's tickets, everything that equals Bill Johnson. Now let's apply the filter. You'll notice a pop-up window now appears with 11 tickets currently. So again, we can filter out more of this information here if we need to. Maybe we want to look at only the high priority tickets. Maybe we also want to look at all of our open tickets. So we're going to say we want to see everything that does not equal closed. Maybe we want to look at everything that was created in the last year from January 1st, or January, wow, okay, June 1st to June 30th, right, 2011. In the last year, we want to look at all of those tickets. Now, when I run this report, it's going to pull up all of the tickets that meet that criteria, which is only 2. There's only 2 tickets that meet that criteria there. So now we can trim down, we can see this information, we can double-click here and we'll open up the ticket, Or we can do is mass update any or all of these tickets here. You can see we have a lot of different fields to update here. Maybe it's something simple enough to add a comment, to every single one of those tickets. Again, sending out the notifications that way as well. Again, just to kind of reiterate for you, anything that's included within the ticket can be pulled out, and we can specify those terms, even custom fields that we've created within the ticket. For example, maybe office number, right? We can do something that equals, not equals, contains, right? You get the idea. A lot of powerful tools and operators in here to help us maybe trim down on the fourth floor, the first floor, whatever it is, to be able to drill out and see any or all of that information here. So again, that's just our filters section here. Let me jump into a report and show you exactly how that's going to work here. Let's run this report first so you can see it, and then I'll jump into more of the edit features and functionality here. So you'll notice this report is breaking up the assigned not updated tickets. That's a status within the system, basically saying that a ticket has come in that hasn't been updated, hasn't been changed, hasn't been worked on. There's 19 as part of the IT and 22 here. Now we do have some drill down capabilities where you can click in and specify any of those terms. You can regroup that information by category, category option, by maybe technician. You want to know who was slacking on the job, right? You get the idea. Now let me show you this as well for report format. We can do it in a PDF, HTML, Excel, CSV, so you can export or put this information in any of those formats. I like HTML the best personally. The real thing I wanted to specify for you is this bottom section here. This is a newer feature that we've included in the system. Again, running this report on a specific schedule. Once we get the report exactly the way we want it to, what we can do is we can have this automatically send an email out to whoever we specify. Maybe we have a weekly meeting with our boss, right? Every Wednesday we have a meeting to go over the IT department. What we can do is say, hey, every single week on Wednesday, we are going to email this report that I've just created. Maybe it's the third Wednesday of every month, right? Let me show you how that would work. Again, we have a lot of different tools to help you with that. So you can specify any amount of time or any type of variable to be able to send out this report with a specific subject and body with the attached report included as part of that email. Let me save this so you can see this report again. Now I'm drilling down again by technician so you can see that here. Now I can drill down and specifically look at Lisa's 7 tickets. I can pull open the individual tickets directly from this report. So now I want to look at Lisa's 7 tickets that she has working on. This is the first one. Again, assigned not updated. Looks like she hasn't worked on this in quite some time. Estimated completion date was January. Maybe she just forgot about it. When I come back here to the report, what I can do is if I select her name, it's going to pull open an email where I can email her directly from the report again, providing you the ample tools from here to be able to view the tickets, to group them in any way that you could see, whether it's by asset, technician, group, category, category option, priority, and then again being able to drill down, view the additional information, or send an email to Lisa telling her to get her butt in gear and moving forward that way. Let me jump back in here to the My Tickets page. I want to show you another enhancement that we have included with our 9.3. This is actually one of the main reasons that I mentioned earlier that I'm at Amy's computer right now here. I'm going to open up, well, let's exit out of this. I'm going to open up a ticket here to work on. Again, I'm Bill Johnson here, so you can see. You'll notice an asset box here. When I come in here to search the asset, it's going to pull this open. I'll maximize this so you can see it better. Now we have a list of different assets that are included in our database here. If you want to specify to trim down on any of these assets, you want to look at maybe Bill's computer, right? You can type in Bill and then we'll find that information. If you want to look at all the computers at the high school, right, you can specify those terms. Let me show you how this is going to work here. You'll notice I'm going to come in here and I'm going to apply this asset to this ticket. This is Bill's computer here. Again, more of a demo here, just so you can see. Let me save that so it attaches to the ticket. Now, once it's saved to the ticket, you'll notice a few different things happen. First, application host is the official title of Bill's computer. If it had a different name, if it was HP 1800, it would appear here so you can see. Let me show you now. You'll notice this magnifying box here. When I select this here, you'll notice application host. What I can do is I can literally drill down and view all of this asset's information. Asset number, asset name, the type, the status. You can see really any or all of this information we can include in here. Let's say it had a warranty date. We want to know when it was, right? We can look at that information. This eHelp Desk tab, what this is showing us is all of the different tickets associated with this asset. So we can see if this asset is being a really big problem or if it's had another error message applied or attached to this asset, we can be able to see the ticket. If I maximize this, you'll notice it bubbles up to give us a good idea of what the problem was. You'll notice the status over here. We can realize where the problem is at. Maybe these problems are correlated. We can also do this in the reporting section, just so you know, but we do have this tab here to show with that. Software licenses helps us track the individual licenses installed on here. Now, obviously, there isn't any here. Maybe I need to add a Microsoft Office suite. You can apply or attach as many of these software licenses that you can think of. The one that I'm really focusing on is this tab right here, the Remote Management tab. You'll notice the host name and VNC port. This is part of the requirements to be able to remote control the machine. We do use a VNC remote control, so that would need to be installed to make this happen. But once it is, as long as we have the name and the port, which is the default VNC port, we can be able to remote control to take control and troubleshoot this asset directly from the technician's computer. So that way he doesn't have to get up, you don't have to drive out on site, on location, anything like that. He can do that here. One way to do it is from this information. Let me show you. Now, again, this is my computer, so I have a password, and I'm sorry. And I don't know why my screen is white, but again, I'm taking over my computer. It's probably because it's timed out here on my side. I haven't been sitting there for, about 36 minutes. Well, I guess that's how long I've been here on this presentation. But again, it's taking over my computer. Again, it's kind of a squampus view to that. I'm sorry, but taking over my computer so you can see. Let me jump back here. So what I can do here, let me close out some of these. Sorry, we'll try it again. So again, that's if I go into the asset information to view it from there. Now this icon here is allowing me, without going in and drilling down to see that information, I can remote control directly from the ticket itself. So it's going to do the same type of process here. Sorry, let me open this. Uh-oh. I'm trying to look at my machine as this is happening. So the reason why it's showing this is because I had up the presentation over there. So it's showing the presentation, but I am remote controlling this machine. Let me see if I can't minimize some of this. Oh, it's getting bigger and bigger. But again, I am doing that. I am remote controlling. I'm sorry, I have it, the presentation on my screen. It's weird. I promise it does work, and it does actually work really well to be able to work and manage the assets directly from here. That's one of the big improvements of 9.3 with that. So I've gone over the flow of the ticket. Hopefully I've done an adequate job with that. I didn't spend a whole lot of time with it. I hope most of you are familiar with the ticketing system, how it works, and hopefully I've showed you how some of the, the differentiators between our system and your other help desk systems. Went over the remote control and reporting and everything in between. Lisa, have you seen any questions come across? Anything like that?
We haven't had any questions yet.
All right, if anybody has any questions, feel free to type those in on the right-hand side. I know I'm the last one of a long presentation day. I didn't want to take the whole times, but if there's any questions, I do want to answer those. So I'll just give it a second. Lisa, tell me if something comes across.
Okay, we do have a question in here. Someone was asking if you can still use the ZenWorks remote control functionality.
Oh, absolutely. That was a part of an older version of the help desk, and we haven't taken that out by any means. We just had a lot of feedback from our customers that they wanted, I guess without Zen installed or anything like that, they wanted to be able to remote control. So that's why we've provided it with our internal asset tracker. You can still use Zen. You'll have that same functionality. We still integrate with Zen to pull all of that information. It actually works in a very similar fashion. So absolutely, yes. For those of you who did see, I did have Amy go and take off the presentation so you can see this is my computer. I can remote control, take over really anything you can need or see from here. If I just scroll down here. Again, this is my computer. You can see Shay, right? This is all me. So just thought I'd show that because I know it wasn't working because of the presentation on here. I do apologize, but if you're not watching, watch again. I'll do it again so you can see. Expand this out. Here's this screen, right? So you can say, oh, here's Shay's goals. Here's his Park City trip he's going on next week, right? Customer care folder, anything like that you can do from his machine. So there's that. Lisa, any other questions?
I am not seeing any for the moment. Let me check one more time. We do have a question. When provisioning new users, can you show us how to create an automated template that creates multiple tasks to provision a new user?
Yeah, so this is, again, we've allowed you to customize any of these tasks. Let me just show you. I'm going to go into our edit mode here so you can see how this works, just using that new hire template. Again, kind of going over this briefly. You'll notice I have 5 different tickets here if I expand this here so you can see. Setup workstation, this is the ticket here associated with that. I have a phone in here, this is the ticket associated with that. Software setup. You get the idea. I've created these on the back end. So from a user or manager standpoint, well, let me take this a different way. There's 2 different ways we can do this, and hopefully this will help show some of the power of the help desk. Maybe a new hire is a bad example, but we can have this on a reoccurring schedule. If this is the task that we need to do once a month, once a week, every 6 months, anything like that, you can go ahead and set that reoccurrence, similar to the reoccurring schedule that I showed with our reports. If there isn't a specific reoccurring schedule, which with a new hire there wouldn't be, this is more of the back end how I would set it up. There's 2 different ways I can launch this. Instead of creating a new ticket on our main home page, what we can do here is come in here to Ticket Templates, IT Request, or New Hire Template. Now when I select this here, it's going to take us to what I call our pre-launch page. You'll notice the launch status is still pending. It's allowing me to come in here, make any changes that I need to with some of these tickets here, and then I can go ahead and launch this. What's going to happen is this will follow the workflow that I've set up on the back end. The other way is if I came in here to our ticket templates icon, I can manually launch the ticket templates this way. Let me just show you since I am here. I mentioned the workflow piece of this here. If I come in here to workflow, we can specify which one of these tickets are launched first and I guess when the other ones are launched. What I mean is you'll notice step 1, we're having phone and setup workstation, those tickets being launched first. Once those tickets are set to resolved, then we have software setup being launched. Once that is set to being resolved, then train on policies. So we can have as many of these steps happening at one time. And again, these statuses are customizable. So if you need to have an approved status, anything like that, you can have something like that. So until something's approved, then the next steps won't launch. Again, the idea with ticket templates is helping you be efficient and maximizing your time by utilizing the system and some of its features. So I hope that's an adequate explanation of that. If not, you can email or call me and we can do some one-on-one explanation about that. But that's how it works, how to launch it, and especially with the workflow aspect of it. Anything else, Lisa, you see?
I haven't seen any other questions. If anybody does have any questions, you can go ahead and type them in the chat or the Q&A. Let's see if there's anything else.
It's fine. If not, feel free to give them my contact information, Lisa. They can contact me directly if anything comes up or if something down the road that I guess that there is what we can do to help out. You can let me or Lisa know. We're all here and I guess have each other's information, so you can get a hold of any of us if you have additional questions.